Hello, everyone. This is Hayes Fields III.
I'm Hayes Fields II.
I'm Lex.
And this is another episode of Various Fields, where we talk about indiscriminate things for no apparent reason. How y'all doing today?
We're doing good.
Indiscriminate things for no apparent reason.
Yes, that's what we do. Yeah.
I believe that today we were actually discussing about just media over time, but more specifically just the character's evolution in various medias that we've liked.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think we were originally talking about, like, what, Thundercats, Batman, and...
Characters through the years.
The characters through the years. That's a good way to start it, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I like... Well, no, it's not necessarily. I like Batman.
Yeah.
All right. And I like the evolution of Batman has always seemed to have, particularly whenever Paul Dini has been a part of the writing process.
Yeah.
He's been a part of the original animation of, what was it, the 1997
You're talking about,
Batman?
you're talking about Bruce Timm?
Bruce Timm was the
Bruce Timm's producer.
Producer,
I'm
right.
laughing at you.
Why are you laughing at me?
I'm laughing at you.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, because you guys start right with 1990s. And you you go right past the 1960s Batman.
Oh, you're talking about Adam West?
I didn't know that was... You set it up.
Oh, no, but I'm just saying, it's just that he started, 98 started, and he just...
He asked me a question.
But you totally disregarded as though 1960s Batman did not exist.
This was a setup.
You set your own self up.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, I was bringing about the things that I grew up in. I wasn't dismissing your era.
No, but you actually opened up the show with evolution.
This is true. In my era, I missed your era. So my apologies.
Well
my apologies.
But have we considered the fact that the Adam West Batman is dumb?
If anything, I wouldn't say it's dumb. I will simply say it's possibly ridiculous. But intentionally so.
This is the biggest hit I've ever done.
I'm on camera being mocked by my children.
All due respect from Adam West, he has given us a great many things. In fact, I believe in Goosebumps, which is kind of funny, where we're talking about the evolution, there was an episode when he was actually playing some superhero character on an episode of Goosebumps. That's all right. Right? He was discovered by a kid who loved comic books so much that, like, in the episode of Goosebumps, his comic book kind of came real, and, like, the heroes are running amok. I'm trying to remember the exact episode and how it actually played out, but, like, you actually see him in the child's basement as a final reveal, as all the other mischief was happening from his comic book, which I thought was kind of interesting, right? But I digress. Going back to Adam West as Batman, because he is most notably known for playing a very hilarious and drinking milk and doing whatever this is.
Okay, all right. Continue on, because I'm hurt within my soul.
I do like the Adam West, the 1960s Adam West Batman, but it's definitely because also what's the target audience actually? Is it more for, because I think that was a weird thing back in the day where, like, comics for a certain time was like, we're going to target it towards kids. It is for kids. And because there was a time where it was for everybody, then you get superhero comics, it was for kids a little bit, and then you get, like, the broader audience and becomes for everyone again.
Right.
It was designed on purpose to be campy.
Yeah.
It was designed to be satirical.
Yeah.
This way they were able to, at one point, let the family watch it together.
Right.
While some of the, I guess you could say, some of the jokes that would go over the kids' heads, the parents can somewhat appreciate.
Right.
Yeah.
At the same time, the kids enjoyed all of the, you got to understand, color was a thing. You know what I'm saying? And when color came out, you guys, you guys only experienced it a little bit. I experienced it twice. You guys experienced this television show is now in HD or something like that. Remember?
Yeah.
So in HD. I used to watch shows
in Technicolor.
They would say Mannix in color. And it was the guy. The guy would say, Mod Squad in color. And because it was not a thing at one time. So when Batman came out, color was a thing, but the primary colors, if you ever look at Batman, primary colors are very big.
Yeah, very vibrant.
Because it was like, I guess big TV wanted to say, let's let our customers feel the experience, make all your shows big primary colors. Lost in Space, primary colors. Star Trek, primary colors.
Right.
Big color.
Big,
and
vibrant.
Batman had the Batmobile.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't. The okay is rude.
No, I understand. Like, okay, like I understand a lot of things that were all part of his set. Batmobile, Batarang, Bat Shark repellent, fantastic, right? But my thing is, like, when it comes down to the evolution of Batman, let's take it back to the very first publications, if you will, right?
Scarecrow,
like not even just that. Like when he didn't even have a cape, he had like actual wings attached to his hand. Like at one point in time, he was supposed to be a juxtaposition for Superman, right? So there was a hero that was all about truth, justice, and the American way, and then there was another one who wasn't too hurt by the idea of getting down and dirty into the grime of things and possibly injuring other people. So I always thought that the Adam West Batman was kind of like an opposition to that, to kind of like make him more, I guess, child friendly.
But Batman, I don't think Batman was always more, because there's a whole bunch of stuff, and because now we have to talk. I want Dad's perspective, because there's I think the original comic, if I remember, is because there's also Detective Comics.
Yes.
And that was when it was Detective.
Before DC's.
Before DC's, that kind of thing. And when Batman was a detective, he used a gun back then.
That's true.
He used a gun. He had purple gloves. Yeah,
right.
he was a detective with a gimmick.
Yeah,
right.
He wasn't a superhero per se.
That's right. And actually, I'm going to apologize again. I'm going to apologize to you guys because I just did what you guys did to me.
Right.
I went to Adam West, but I forgot about talking about the Batman serials that would happen in the movies in the 1930s.
Is it serial? The series.
The serial. Sometimes back. I mean, it was like when you would go into the movies. Now, this was before me. Batman and Robin, where you could see them in the movies in black and white, like opening things, and they would. It was in the costumes were,
I like I've seen a black and white Batman.
Yeah, it's a black and white, but it was like, you'd have almost like that old Western, almost silent movie music playing. Okay. And he's in there. Him and Robin, they were wearing costumes that looked, not. I mean, I'm not. I don't know if there's anyone alive that still can remember those, but yeah, that. So we're talking about the evolution. I completely disregarded that. That preceded Adam West.
Well, because there's also I remember I've watched it or listened to it on the sometimes car rides with you, because you listen to there's a very specific radio channel that you listen to.
I listen to the classic radio.
Classic radio, and I know they did it with Superman for a bit. There was Superman when he was Superman was he was still very much Superman, but he's also big, strong guy. Yeah. More than he was actually flying and things like this.
Faster than speed.
And I remember that had Superman had a black and white TV show.
But that was
able to leap tall buildings in a single bound.
Actually, Superman didn't fly.
That's correct. Yeah. Beautiful thing. All right, so we're talking about the evolution. We'll get back to Batman real quick, but I love this, right? Because in the original, what was it, 1940s illustrations and animations of Superman, right? The only reason why he was even made to fly is because it was too much to have him constantly jump. It took less frames to actually.
That makes sense, yeah. Because you go
to actually have him jump over tall buildings, right? More so than actually. So I just found that interesting.
Do you recall seeing any of the old animations of
the cartoon? Absolutely,
well done.
Absolutely,
the movements are almost Disney-esque.
Practically, I believe they use rotoscope in some respects to it.
Right?
Like the fall of the cape, the actual weight of it on every single time he punched a laser ray or a death ray from a robot, you would see it flow from one shoulder to the next, and you would just see it actually take the ground and actually have weight to it. I actually love that.
Yeah, it was well done. But we digress because we're still talking about the evolution of Batman or the Batman. Is he Batman or the Batman?
I think it changes. I think it's the publication, right? So it's Batman, the Batman,
the Dark Knight,
stuff like that.
Okay, so now we've mocked Adam West. I'll come back to
Not that. Adam West.
Well, when I say Adam West, I'm talking about that era.
I'll defend my statement real quick, and then we'll go back to it. Because I'm saying dumb as a joke, but it's jokingly, but it is campy. It's intentionally campy, and part of camping, I think, is being intentionally silly.
Right, that's true. But that was in the comic. But you got to look at all of the things. I mentioned the Batmobile. The Batmobile was a big deal as a kid.
It still is.
And actually, in that particular car, I mean, it was just when we would see, because Robin, every once in a while, as a kid, you were disappointed because you wanted to see the full Batman experience. So what they would every once in a while they would show Robin holding on to the side. They would say, batteries to power, turbines to speed. And then he says, okay, we're ready to move out. And we thought that was the coolest thing, that he had to prepare to just drive his car out. and you see the fire from the thing. And then, of course, every kid wanted to buy the Batman car.
I mean, that makes sense.
I think sounds excitement like a startup protocol. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, I mean,
if you have a cool car, it is. Like if you just come out like a Dodge Nissan, that's one thing.
Well, that's the thing. Okay, so
not saying anything is wrong with the Dodge.
I'm just saying that's a car part of it. I'm just saying it's different.
Right. But I do love the fact that we're talking about the reveal of characters, and yeah, you're absolutely right. There's a character to the Batmobile too, because even with every iteration of Batman, there's always seems to be a need to display how cool the Batmobile looks, right? Like even in like the 90s animated series, right? The Brave and the Bold, right? Even this newer one, what's this one called?
Cape Crusader.
Cape Crusader, right? Every once in a while, you would hear a character in that series mention how nice the car is in that Batman series, right? Well, so it's definitely a part of his kit, and it's very
Batman's
respected.
a cool character, and I think that's
Absolutely.
one thing. Batman is like, you have to make him cool. And I think that's kind of that's the difference between him and Superman. Not saying Superman isn't a cool character, it's like a superhero because he's a superhero,
right,
but he's not me. He's not he doesn't put shades on. You know what I mean? He's not like get out of here, Luther.
Like, Well, unfortunately, Bruce Wayne is a millionaire, and his type of millionaire is he's kind of like. If it's played correctly, he's kind of like
billionaire playboy philanthropist.
Exactly.
Interesting.
So that kind of translates in such a way that he brings the cool. And he's got all the toys. I mean, literally, he's put all his money into what's the thing that floats in the sky with the Justice League?
Oh, the Watchtower.
The Watchtower. It's all his money.
That's true.
A great part of it. Because the other guy, the Ollie,
Oliver Queen.
The Green Arrow.
Oliver Queen.
He actually makes a lot of money, but I've never heard them have a discussion like, how much money you're going to be putting into this.
In terms of everyone else's, I believe like Diana Prince also has some money that she allocates to this.
Does she? They have, do they have dues?
Not so much dues, but like in terms of if you got it.
Diana Prince has also different things where, like, I think in some iterations, because Diana Prince is Wonder Woman, for people who don't know, and I think at certain places she works, like, at the United Nations for Themyscira.
Right. She's either a curator for a museum or, like, she is, like, actually the go-to between them. So she has a lot of money.
Well, my favorite thing is that for her age, she's had different jobs. She actually worked with the Army at one point.
Right. And any time that she wants, she can always just go back home, maybe not stay, but only to visit, and just grab an artifact and sell it for $5 billion.
I'm assuming they wouldn't do that. Maybe Gold. I'm assuming Wonder Woman wouldn't do that. It is funny because there's in several iterations, Wayne Enterprises owns the Daily Planet. Where
does it?
Yeah, so there's been times where like there's been things like, yeah, Clark, you give me my own money back.
All right, well, so now we've moved from Adam West. Who is the next iteration of Batman and or movie, or because I don't think there's too many Batman television series.
Well, there's a lot of Batman I think gets a lot more.
Was
than
Batman
Superman
on television other than Adam West?
What you mean in terms of like besides cartoons?
Besides cartoons.
Besides live action.
We had that Gotham series. Right, and we had the build-up to
that's fair.
That's true.
What Batman could have been. And I forget the actor's name, but he did a very good job portraying a youthful
Gordon or
Batman. That was youthful Bruce Wayne.
That was the best example of Alfred I've ever seen.
Oh yeah,
Alfred was fantastic. Alfred was fantastic.
Speaking of, this is jumping ahead a little bit. There is a series. I don't know if you can pay us for ads. HBO Max's series, The Penguin, is coming out.
Oh yeah. Also based on that movie series.
Based off
Batman.
The Batman, which is an okay one.
All right, so let's go back. So let's go to the first movie that I remember, which Prince did the music for, which I just love. Prince,
Have you guys seen the music video for the Prince and the Batman thing? Because the music videos, there's several music videos.
There's several.
You mean back in the day?
Yeah. I know.
You're talking about Party Man?
Party Man.
Party Man is the jam.
Fantastic,
so
right?
Party Man is
so wild.
The jam.
It's like an 8-minute.
Oh yeah,
it's so much going on.
Yeah, it's so much, but the song itself.
Party Man, Party Man.
I legitimately love because he played like a part. Prince was in the music video. He played like because apparently it was supposed to be Prince and Michael Jackson were supposed to be doing it.
Really?
They couldn't get Michael Jackson, so he actually ended up playing both parts because there's a time where he's in one of the music videos he's playing both, literally the Joker and Batman. He has like an outfit that's Joker and Batman, and I legitimately think Prince could have done a great Joker.
Really?
A different because like that the music video convinced me that he could be insane.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. Be honest with you. As much as I love Prince's music and I love his the movie Purple Rain, those who love Prince and honestly, he was not an actor. He wasn't an actor. He played himself in Purple Rain. I was like,
you're right.
I don't believe it. But the point is, but it was a great film.
Well, there's some people like I would even say, and this is going to be controversial. I would say that a little bit about even Will Smith now. And hold on. I'm saying.
Oh no! Don't say that.
No. I get it. Everyone knows. I'm not talking about.
It's not that. It's more the fact. Like I know that Dad has a personal ire against Will Smith.
I'm sorry. I'm not going to do this now.
The point is, let me say it this way. I'm saying I think he's a good actor to everyone's opinion, but I'm saying like he's gotten to the point where he's so famous. Just seeing him, you see Will Smith before you see the character he's playing. That's my only thing.
That's true.
Same thing with The Rock. There's some people like they're actually good actors, but when you and the only time I feel like maybe like Denzel Washington doesn't do that. Denzel Washington's such a good actor where no matter how famous he is, I don't see. There's
it's interesting because I think he's the only exception to the rule in which he can play himself in any part. And he'll still work.
To get back to the same, that too, but also get back to the same thing. We were just about to talk about Robert Downey Jr., who got cast as Doom. He also can get there's certain actors that are like
billionaire,
no matter how
philanthropist. Yeah.
All right, guys, let's slow this down and let's bring some of these people in here. First of all, once again, we want you to like and subscribe.
Hello, audience. Hi guys, what's up? Hey, how's it going? Welcome to Various Fields. I'm Lex.
We want to include you in this conversation.
Like, share, subscribe, hit all the buttons.
Well, now that we've decided to pay attention to everybody out there, but if you have any ideas in terms of your favorite Batman character, we're about to go into the different people that played Batman, and I believe the very first one is a gentleman that
it's a camera.
Why is I'm seeing his face, but the
first Batman,
the first Batman movie with Prince playing the music.
Oh, you're talking about
See, that's what I'm saying.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, please forgive me, everybody. All right, we gotta look it up.
No. Okay. So because he played Beetlejuice.
He played Beetlejuice.
Oh my gosh! Why can't I think of his name?
Just Google it.
This is so embarrassing.
It's fine.
And we're not going to, we're not going to apologize.
Birdman.
He
played the Vulture.
Batman
Why don't I remember his name?
Was played by.
He was in the Flash.
Here we go.
We see him. I know his name.
I know. It's just.
It's fine.
No.
He's talking about the movie.
No, we're talking about
the very first one.
The first Batman movie.
You're gonna say it.
Was played by. Oh Lord, no. Okay.
He was in Flash. Lord. He was just in the Flash one.
In the Flash.
He played.
Yes, he was. He played a Batman. He reprised his role as Batman in the Flash.
The Vulture. He actually
that's what I said.
The Vulture.
That's what I said.
Oh my Keaton.
Keaton. Sorry, Michael.
Am I saying Keaton? Is it Keaton?
Yeah,
Keaton.
Michael Keaton.
Oh,
excuse me to all fans of Michael Keaton yourself. If you're watching this for the first time,
we're also very big fans of your work. Thank you very much.
We really love you as an actor. Now, I have to say this though, Mr. Keaton, and this is so bad. I've just made up with him. Not my favorite Batman, Mr. Keaton, and I'm going to tell you why. And please forgive me. And it's not that I love him as an actor, but because you got to understand, I'm coming off of the Adam West Batman, and the brooding Batman was new. And
interesting.
The brooding Batman was new for me. So the puckering of the lips and the dark, and then going to the actual Bruce Wayne. His version of Bruce Wayne, and you're welcome to, as an actor, to make that choice. It's a little bit more loosey-goosey. He was a little bit more fun, whatever.
Right.
And it wasn't the Bruce Wayne I wanted.
Well, I think it's you want to make the juxtaposition, because I was going to say, because you say interesting for the darker Batman, but that darker Batman didn't become really a thing until Frank Miller's Darker Batman. That was more like an 80s thing. That was like one because you have to understand Batman for a while, because superheroes in general had were very kind of samey for a while. Where they're all fair. Truth, justice, and America. Because you've seen some of the older cartoon things, and Batman's still like, come on, Robin. That's not brooding. That's just like a super cop. They were all super cops.
Specifically, it became more popularized when Frank Miller did his thing.
Right? That's the darker interpretation.
His whole purpose was to be the dark opposition to Superman. So seeing him as as dark and brooding just feels more natural to me. Like, the reason why I mentioned Paul Dini is because of the fact that he's the reason why he like most of the villains in Batman's rogue gallery are as relatable as they are now. Particularly, like, and I did an essay on Mr. Freeze.
You did an essay
on Mr. Freeze's evolution
in school,
in high school, or no, I'm sorry, in college. My apologies. Right, because originally there was.
Are you surprised? We're nerds. You did this to us.
Yeah, no, but I mean, I didn't know that they would allow a high school essay on Mr. Freeze.
First off, it was a collegiate, but
I would talk to the teacher.
No, but like it was really more.
Go on,
it was because in the Adam West era, right, Mr. Freeze is known as Mr. Zero, right, and he looked like a astronaut or a scuba diver who was lost. He was not quite on brand, right? Yeah. But then when you came out with what was the name of that? I want to call it Frozen Heart, but I don't think that was the name of the actual
the episode of
right. But like you have that opening soliloquy, all right, of Freeze kind of like talking about his lament of losing his wife, and this is the reason why he does what he does, right? And like everyone became to understand
he's a sympathetic villain.
He was a sympathetic villain. We understand he wasn't necessarily all bad, but like there was no, like his misery was unending, right? To not be able to be touched, to not be loved, right? To not feel love the way he did before, and all of his efforts to try to find said love lost by his efforts from his own boss, right? And even the very line at the end of that episode, right, when his boss is like about to get a humanitarian award, and then he just like upended by the reveal of Mr. Freeze and like all that he's done, right? Batman just comes out and says like humanitarian deed. It's like, that was all about like showing the darker sides. Or like,
I mean, if we're talking about our favorite Batman, and this is a legitimate rest in peace moment, my favorite Batman is standing with a voice actor, which is Kevin Conroy, who played the 1990s animated
and
Batman
he delivered
and the
it
Justice
very
League.
well. Yes.
So that's my favorite Batman because the voice that he gives is so.
In short, Batman in Gotham City doesn't do very well in color. That's why it's always
supposed to do characters.
Well, how much time do we have?
We have about like 8 minutes.
Okay, well, good. Well,
Batman.
I have to tell you, of all the Batman movies, now people will definitely disagree with me, but my favorite Batman was George Clooney.
I disagree with you.
I know.
I'm not a fan of the nipple suit. I'm sorry.
No, but you gotta understand, George Clooney looked like the Batman I wanted. He had the what do you call it, the lantern jaw, and he portrayed Bruce Wayne the same way. I believe that he could be a billionaire cool guy. And then then when he changed into Batman, I believe Batman. Now, granted, the script itself was made to be more campy, but with Batman and Robin, I like the guy that played Robin, who ended up being, now he's Robin again with LL Cool J or something.
I will say that, yes, George Clooney did a wonderful job playing Bruce Wayne, but I was not in love with his Batman, right? And I feel as if Christian Bale had the same issue, right?
I mean, it's hard to play certain characters. I mean, here's the thing. This is an interesting take. I don't always I feel like at some point the live action movies, all that kind of stuff, is supposed to be like the end-all be-all of like interpretation of characters. I feel like sometimes Hollywood thinks that, but he's originally a comic book character, and it's hard to get better than an animated thing because I feel like you can show more of what the character's supposed to be. That's why I'm going with the Kevin Conroy thing, where it's like, because here's the thing, I would say the recent Batman movie, the most recent one that came out with the Batman, the dude that was in Twilight, what is that cast name? Why are we so bad with names today?
What you doing? He's another Batman?
The Batman, the newest one that came out.
Okay, well, we got.
He was.
Oh, yeah, he's right here. It's Robert Pattinson. So Robert Pattinson came out, and I think it is, but like the movie was great. But I would say that's not a Batman. That's just like they made like a great noir. And Batman is in its essence a noir film, like a noir thing.
It can definitely be, yes.
He had one line in this that was essentially talking to Alfred, and he essentially goes, "Alfred, you're not my dad." And I'm like, I never need a Batman ever to say that.
Right.
Because like first off, we know we know that already as a character. That's right. And then two, we already know that the relationship they build, like yes, maybe he's brooding, yes, he has the loss of his parents, things like that. But the relationship that him and Alfred have is so strong that even if I don't think he'd ever say that in this way, especially when he's older. And if that did happen, that would have happened when he was younger or something. But there was something that they went very like hot topic broody with this Robert Pattinson Batman, and it just felt like it's an interpretation. It worked, but it's not They just made their own character version.
Which is why, again, I give more credence to the Cape Crusader that came out, because like that episode when I believe Harley Quinn was actually doing a quick little a psychological treatment.
She's a therapist.
Yeah, exactly. On Bruce Wayne, right? You see like this little interaction about the history that Alfred has with Bruce as he's lost his parents, right? And like I'm sorry for any spoilers. If you watch this. Watch that episode before you watch this, right? But like it was wonderful how Bruce Wayne wakes up in the middle of the night, all right, and says they're gonna pay all of them, right? And Alfred was almost like on brand, like concerned, obviously for his charge, right? But didn't even question it, like this worried look, right? And in that episode, you kind of like see where his concern for Bruce Wayne, almost as if he's kind of upset at the fact that he's allowing this to go on, right? There was like a subtle loss of the child he used to know, you know, and you kind of see that in this new portrayal of Alfred, which was phenomenally done, right? So again, Bruce Timm,
you'd like it.
All right,
wonderful job. Thank you.
Now, I want to shoehorn something in. This is really unfair because we talked about this a little bit. Robert Downey Jr.
Yes,
it has nothing to do with Batman, but we're now talking about Robert Downey Jr. Playing the iconic role of Iron Man, and for my money, there's no one else that could ever play Iron Man.
That was a really good interpretation.
He was fantastic. He looked like, I felt like he was Tony Stark. I felt like he was Iron Man. I believed him. He's a fantastic. Robert Downey Jr. is a fantastic actor. However, now with the announcement that he's going to be playing Victor Von Doom, I don't know. I don't know.
Different mask, same task.
That's what they say. And
I don't know.
What's your feeling?
I think, one, we can get into Disney as a corporation, and that's a whole other thing about capitalism. It doesn't matter.
But we're going to go watch the movie.
Yeah, we're going to watch
the movie. We have to see it.
Yeah, no, but what I'm saying is, it's like, I think there's a whole issue, the whole issue that happened with Jonathan Majors, because King was being set up to be the main event. So this was, I think it's like, not only are we going to get a villain that everyone wanted, which is Dr. Doom, we need someone who we can trust, and everyone likes Dr. Doom. Right. And then likes Robert Downey Jr. And then lastly, I think it was a little bit of like, let's get an actor that we got. A little bit
and Robert Downey Jr. is definitely going to bring people in because we all love, you know, but there's a little tiny bit of like
apprehension,
right? Or like not that he couldn't do it, but it's almost like I feel like they're betraying me. Why would they make this iconic hero now?
Because you want to, I think you just want to see. I want to see another actor play Victor Von Doom, because I just like the idea of like seeing. Because also like I like the idea of Disney's Marvel has done such a good job of bringing the characters to life that I would like to see another actor that's not Robert Downey Jr.
Kind of like step in the limelight.
Because I want to see that interpretation done. Like, you know, I didn't. I know how much time do we have?
We got less than 3 minutes.
Okay, then we'll keep it short. But there's a whole list of characters that I think have done such a good job with the help of not just Disney, but like since it's Marvel, like they know what they want the characters to be. They know what the audience wants the characters to be. So having another actor to get a chance, like Robert Downey Jr. did, or Chadwick Boseman did, or who's Captain America? Chris Evans. Chris Evans did. Like, I want to see that because Chris Evans, you know, used to be Johnny Storm, did a good job of Johnny Storm, but did a great job as Captain America. So it feels like I want just another chance to see someone. All right, I feels like robbed of it.
Right, but I have no doubt.
Robert.
I have no doubt that Robert Downey Jr. is going to nail it as any character because he's just that kind of an actor. I just didn't want to. Yeah, I just didn't feel like I wanted to see my hero play a villain and a villain, hero, that kind of thing. However, you know, I'm sure I'll get over it. But anyway. Anybody else? Because we only got a couple of seconds left.
Yeah.
You got anything else to say? Well, listen. Why don't you put inside the any of your comments section who's your favorite Batman or favorite character in any kind of movie that you like, and maybe we'll talk about it next time. And even put down some of your views. We'd love to hear it. And I guess that's about it, guys.
And also for Dad's era as well, which vehicle would have been better, the Batmobile or Knight Rider? I just wanted to.
Oh, don't do that! Don't do that! Oh, no! Oh man!
See you on the next one, guys.
You guys take care. See you later. Bye.
The Batmobile.